Now for this one, we're going to work on the air scoop. And the air scoop, it ends up being something where we're going to end up folding it. And this one again is a little bit tricky because we're going to want to try to find a square edge. And so if I'm just using so again, we're just working on this guy right here. So I'm just going to find a square edge. I'm going to use this one on the side, but I've got some problems on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is create a straight line off of it, kind of like what we did on our other one. So I'm just going to measure 1 inch in so I can have a straight line. And it doesn't have to be terribly long because if we're looking at our dimensions, that isn't terribly long. So I've got my measured 1 inch in, so then I know I've got a completely straight line. And if I'm looking at my dimensions, I know that this is 3 and then 3/8, 3/8. So essentially I'm doing 3 plus 3/8 plus 3/8. Well, if I were to add those together, we got 6/8 and then 3. So 3 and 6/8, which is also, if I divide each of these by 2, that would be 3/4. So that's how long the bottom of this needs to be. So I'm going to measure. So it only needs to be 3 3/4 right here. Well, I know it needs to be 3 high because that's this right here, this 3 high. So I'm going to measure it to be 3 high. And I know it also has to be 3 3/4 wide. So I'm going to kind of create my line over on this side. So I'm going to measure it 3 3/4 so I can create almost like a little box. So I've got my lines. And then I know it's got to be 3 high, so I'm going to again make it so I've got creating my box where I've got my lines, measuring up 3. And I can always double check. So I know that this is 3 3/4 long, and we know it's 3 wide. And so now I've got to do my air scoop. Here, I'll try to move it so it's like this. So I know I've got to measure 3/8 over from the left side. So I'm going to measure 3/8 over. So 3/8 is the same thing as 6/16 because I would multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So it's 6/16, if that helps you remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, I only need to go over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's going to be my 3/8. So this is, I know, going to be 3/8. However, I know that if this little bit up here has to be 3/8, then this missing part has got to be 2/8, which is also known as 1/4. So I'm going to measure over 1/4 on the top, and then from there I'm going to measure over 1/8. So what I'm trying to do is this 3/8 to 1/8 goes up and down. Whoops. And this is going to be dashed. And then it's showing that I need to go diagonally from that quarter 2/8 to our bottom left quarter. Because really this I don't even need. That's just going to be a little bit later. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, where I'm going to measure over 3/8 or 6/16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that's 3/8. And then I've got to do measure over 1/4 because that's my 2/8, and then I should have an 1/8 after that. So this is my straight line. And you can always double check afterwards to see if you got it right. And this is my dash. And really, this is, you don't even necessarily need.